So on this second part of the interview, we will talk about the opportunities of the Spanish lawyer here in Singapore and why we are a value asset. So for all the Spanish lawyers who may be thinking of relocating here in Singapore, what are the sectors that are in high demand, or what kind of lawyers are in high demand here in Singapore?
So the practice areas where we typically are open to foreign lawyers are M&A, banking and finance, and US capital markets as well. But first thing first, if you want to come to Singapore, then of course you need to bear in mind that common law qualification will be preferred versus civil law qualification as a Spanish lawyer would have.
Exactly.
So that, nevertheless, it's true that there will still be opportunities in-house for a Spanish qualified lawyer. To give you an example, when I came to Singapore, I reconnected with one of my friends who was a friend from law school who had studied with me. She was also Spanish qualified, like myself, and she actually worked with Danone for many years as a legal counsel in Singapore.
Wow, so what kind of tips or advice would you give them to all the Spanish lawyers, apart from having knowledge on the common law, on the way it works?
So first of all, if you're a Spanish local firm, you better gain experience in an international law firm.
Yeah.
And second, you might want to work on your overseas qualification, English qualification or US qualification.
Perfect. So keep in mind this advice from Tessa. And for all the Singaporean companies who may be listening to the podcast, why do you think Spanish lawyers are such a great asset for the businesses?
So first thing is, let's not forget that Spanish lawyers have an invaluable asset, which are their language skills. Let's not forget that Spanish is the second most spoken native language in the world. And also Latin America. So Latin America is a region with a huge potential of growth for Singaporean companies as well. So any Singaporean company that might be looking to grow into that part of the world might want to hire Spanish-speaking lawyers for their legal functions.
Yeah.
From more of a soft skills perspective, it is a reality that Spanish lawyers have typically a very strong business acumen with them, and they have the ability to build long-lasting and solid relationships with their clients. And those two factors are actually key factors for someone to succeed in private practice.
Yeah.
And also we have seen, by the way, recently a high demand for Spanish-speaking lawyers within the international arbitration space.
So keep in mind our soft skills and the importance of our language.
Yes.
And the big capacity that it has as being the second largest speaking language. And finally, for those newly qualified Spanish lawyers who are living in Spain but maybe thinking of pursuing an international career as you have done, so what advice would you give them?
So that's a very good question, Clara, for two reasons. The first reason is because I was in that situation back in 2007 when I was a newly qualified lawyer, just graduated from law school in Madrid, and I was looking to have an international career as well. And second, because when I transitioned after 6 years as practicing as a lawyer into legal recruitment, my main sense of purpose was I want to be a counsel for those junior lawyers to help them to better achieve their career goals. So let's get into the tips that I will give to a newly qualified Spanish lawyer in Spain right now looking for an international career. So first thing, work on your English skills. And that applies to both your drafting skills and your spoken skills. Second, work on getting an international qualification. Again, that could be your English qualification or a qualification in the US as well. And third, really deep dive into that practice area that you really feel that you're thrilled by. So for example, if you're passionate about dispute resolution work, go through the international arbitration route. that would allow you to be mobile, to work in international arbitration hubs like Geneva, Paris, London, New York, Singapore. But if you're passionate about businesses, about corporate law, you should build up your career as an M&A lawyer. And most importantly, join an international law firm. International law firms at the end will offer you ongoing opportunities of learning, developing. They will offer you the opportunity of advising international clients. They would offer you the opportunity of working with colleagues all around the world. And they would offer you definitely a great, great career path at the end of the day.
Exactly. So thank you so much, Tessa, for your passionate words. I'm sure everyone can feel how passionate you are for your work and how much you know about this field. So keep in mind all of these tips and really feel that we have here some opportunities for all the Spanish lawyers. There's an opportunity here in Singapore, and for all the Spanish and the Singaporean companies. There really is a market in those Spanish lawyers, and we really are an asset. So thank you so much for listening to the Spanish Sling, and of course, thank you, Tessa, for your time.
Thank you, Clara, for having me today. It was great meeting you. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.